Coming up in SVG-TV News and Sports at 7 p.m. Private sector entity partners with government to host disaster preparedness workshop ahead of 2026 hurricane season. St. Lucia launches new policy to tackle brain drain and labor shortages. China and Russia president hail all-time high ties as they sign 40 agreement covering energy, transport and space exploration. And in sports, New York Knicks stun Cavaliers with 22-point comeback in NBA Eastern Conference Finals. These and other stories coming up in SVG-TV News and Sports at 7 p.m.
Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV News and Sports for Wednesday, May 20th, 2026. I'm Twyla Thompson with the details. Stakeholders and partners in disaster preparedness came together today to discuss plans and readiness measures ahead for the upcoming hurricane season. The one-day workshop held at the Sandals Resort at Bookament, organized by Tropical Shipping, was welcomed by Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Godwin Friday, who praised the private sector initiative. Prime Minister Dr. Friday said the government remains committed to ensuring readiness for any disaster in an era of changing climate conditions.
Our precious islands, our precious people, we have a duty to do what we can to improve lives here, but also to protect the gains that we have made. We do that best when we work together, whether as government or as NGOs, private sector partners, all have an important part to play. Conversations about resilience are no longer optional. They are no longer theoretical. When there are wars far away from our shores that affect us daily, we become more keenly aware of the need to be prepared for anything and to ensure that we have access to the necessary funding, to the resources and support that we need to recover from natural disasters.
While commending Tropical Shipping for hosting the disaster management workshop, Prime Minister Dr. Friday noted that collaboration among various partners is essential to maintaining resilience, especially during times of disaster.
Recognize that there is a common problem with a common solution that we all have to play a part in. I am so grateful for the commitment that you've made in Tropical to being there as you have been in the past, ready with systems in place to respond to transport critical supplies whenever there's a disaster anywhere in the region. I hope and pray that all the preparations that you do here today will not be necessary or needed this year or next year. But hope is not a recipe for success. It is more, in fact, the necessary thing that helps to spur us to take action to prepare for the worst outcomes.
Regional Manager of Tropical Shipping, Gerard Bagas, expressed confidence that the outcome of the workshop will go a long way in helping businesses and agencies improve their disaster management preparedness.
In short, in a short while, this audience is going to be split into two groups. Those focus groups will brainstorm ideas as to how best we can coordinate the response that is required for effective disaster management. At the end of these sessions, the findings will be presented to the whole group so that we can collectively arrive at a consensus on the best way to mitigate the challenges raised and how we should view disaster management here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Also attending the workshop was Executive Director of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Chamber of Industry and Commerce, Anthony Regisford. Regisford agreed that the private sector has a major role to play in disaster preparedness and management.
I'll underscore, the preceding narrative by saying there can be no resilience without preparedness. It's just as simple as that. Our recovery mindset must evolve. The World Bank supported projects after the volcano and burial events had a clear mandate to build back better. The private sector must adopt that same philosophy. Our goal must be to build a resilient future. And let's talk about collaboration. Resilience requires what I call a triple helix, a practical collaboration between the public sector, the private sector, and civil society. And we've done this before. The head of NEMO could attest to that. We have a template that we must continue to build on.
Representatives from the Caribbean Hotel and Tourism Association, National Emergency Management Organization NEMO, Modern Port Operations, and the SVG Meteorological Services also delivered presentations at the workshop. Experts from tropical shipping additionally shared strategies relating to business preparedness and continuity planning. With the start of the 2026 Atlantic hurricane season less than 2 weeks away, General Manager of the SVG Meteorological Services, Billy Jeffers, says a below-average hurricane season is being predicted, with 14 named storms forecast. Jeffers said that despite the forecast, St. Vincent and the Grenadines must remain prepared for any eventuality, noting that 2 major hurricanes are also predicted during the season.
Forecast from the Colorado State University came out last month, and what they're predicting this season is for us to have a below average season, slightly below average. On average, we get 14 named storms, 7 hurricanes, 3 major hurricanes. So for named storms, they're expected to get 13 based on the forecast, 6 hurricanes, 2 major hurricanes. So that puts it slightly below average. Right, and the main cause for the below average season is the El Nino anomaly. You'll be hearing a lot about El Nino.
Jeffers noted that forecasters are also monitoring a prolonged dry spell linked to El Nino conditions, which are expected to continue for a few more months.
Again, sea level, we are seeing sea level across our area, our eastern coastal erosion is ongoing, and based on the projection, sea level will continue to rise, particularly in the Eastern Caribbean. The rate is actually more than the global. Sea surface temperatures as well will continue to trend upwards, and sargassum seaweed is going to the increase in temperatures, and we are actually seeing a lot more sargassum seaweed, implications for tourism, and of course, coral bleaching is another thing. So our coastal protection and fisheries are obviously in problems as well going into the future.
The Atlantic hurricane season officially begins in June and ends in November. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, is expected to provide an updated forecast for the season tomorrow during a press conference. The Central Water and Sewerage Authority, CWSA, has constructed an additional 250,000-gallon storage tank, providing a major boost in addressing the water shortage caused by the current drought conditions affecting the country. General Manager of the CWSA, Michael Crease, said the storage tank, located in Francois Vermont, forms part of the authority's ongoing improvements aimed at preparing for the impacts of climate change.
In Francois, Engineer Odain, he mentioned that we commissioned a 200-gallon storage tank, 250,000 gallons, sorry. Storage tank with its own intake and treatment plant. If it were not for that plant being installed, the effects of this dry season would have been worse. So that in itself is the effect of proactive actions which were taken before. Engineer Odean also mentioned that in Montreal, the Montreal source is also vulnerable to the weather conditions that we are experiencing, and that's located in the Maraca Valley. And up there we are currently exploring the possibility of harvesting groundwater. We are looking at that right now. We have started that exercise a couple of years ago, and that's continuing.
Crease added that there is also a VEEP project in Overland to harvest groundwater for residents living north of the Dry River. Meanwhile, additional water projects are being planned for the Grenadines. The general manager said that in the meantime, the CWSA will continue to do its utmost to ensure that residents receive a reliable water supply.
On each trip, we delivered upward of 60,000 gallons of water in the Southern Grenadines. CWSA will stand by you through thick and thin, hand in hand, as long as it's necessary. We would not forsake you. We would not leave you alone. You are not alone. I want that message to carry you, to be known. Whatever is necessary to ensure that the Grenadines Island and our brothers and sisters on these islands to know and to be confident that their water supply or delivery to these islands is going to be continued. I want to give that assurance now. As many trips as is necessary, we will deliver. As often as is necessary, we will deliver. And the volume that is necessary, we will deliver.
Drought conditions are expected to continue until the end of May as the Atlantic hurricane season begins in June. The Agricultural Productivity Recovery and Young Farmers Training Project was launched with a showcase yesterday afternoon at Orange Hill. The project will be implemented over a 3-year period ending on December 31st, 2027 through the Ministry of Agriculture and the Taiwan Technical Mission. The initiative has a total budget of just over US $3.1 million. Agriculture Diversification Officer Rohan McDonald said the project is being launched in response to the devastation caused by Hurricane Beryl in 2024.
Hence, the project aims to 1. Modernize agriculture by introducing smart agriculture technologies, protected cultivation systems, water-saving practices, and practical business training. And 2, attract and train young farmers to strengthen the agriculture sector and improve national food security and economic resilience. So, in this project, the key objectives are: restore and strengthen agricultural production systems after Beryl. Develop a comprehensive agricultural teaching and demonstration center here at the Orange Hill Agricultural Biotechnology Center and Dumbarton Agriculture Research Station. Improve technical competencies of extension officers and farmers. It would also impart business training in marketing, branding, financial analysis, and business management. Formation and legal registration of at least 3 young farmer business groups, and the development of agricultural product sales platforms to improve market access, including opportunities within the hospitality sector.
McDonald said the expected outputs of the project include 24 seedling training sessions, 24 skills training programs, and 12 facility cultivation training programs. He added that 360 farmers are expected to receive agricultural technology training, while 75 young farmers will complete advanced training in agriculture. The project will also facilitate the establishment of multiple farmers groups, along with smart agriculture diversification centers at Orange Hill and Dumbarton. McDonnell said the human resources for the project will come from Taiwan Technical Mission, the Ministry of Agriculture, and other partnering agencies. Area Representative and Minister of Social Welfare at Etal, Honorable Siobhan John, said in her address that young people involved in farming are provided with opportunities for growth, development, and improved standard of living for themselves, their families, and the country.
The farmer is the person whom the country depends on. Farming is definitely a way of life for everyone and anyone who intends to get into agricultural production. This Agriculture Productivity Recovery and Young Farmers Training Project, Young Farmer Training Program launch and midterm showcase reminds us of the importance of agriculture to the survival and growth of a nation. The methods that have been learned, and we heard it earlier, and where you are engaged will certainly add value to your career choice and will increase production in this country, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Agriculture remains one of the 4 pillars of our economy, and as a government, we continue to place great value on this sector because it feeds our people, it creates employment, it strengthens rural communities like ours, and it contributes significantly to national development.
Since the start of the Agricultural Productivity Recovery and Young Farmers Training Project in March of this year, trainees have completed more than 30 comprehensive courses. Government reviewing Little Tokyo Development Plan. This and other stories coming up when we return with more local news. Stay with us.
Welcome to Seastar.
Welcome to the upgraded Seastar Limited,
where we offer to almost all your household items.
They've expanded their range to sofas, dining and patio sets, beds and mattresses, wardrobes, kitchen cabinets, office furniture. That's just a few from the luxurious collection. Not forgetting their signature quality windows, doors, rails, and bathroom enclosures. Journey on up to Seastar, where their friendly sales clerk is happy to assist. Seastar Limited, where quality meets style.
A funeral service should be one that you can be proud of, one that leaves lasting memories of your loved ones. And that's where you need the New Haven Funeral Home. We are proud of the quality and class we have brought to the industry. We are proud for having trained the very first certified embalmers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are proud of leading the way in terms of live streaming of funerals online so that your family members overseas could also be part of the celebration of life. We are constantly improving our services. We are driven by customer satisfaction, and we are proud of all that we do.
New Haven Funeral Home.
Bowman's Pharmacy, why choose us? We have all the prescriptions and over-the-counter medications, personal care products, lowest price guaranteed. Located conveniently next to the Bank of SVG on Grenville Street. Opening hours Monday to Thursday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Email us bowmanpharmacy@yahoo.com. Call us today at 456-2235 or 593-3918. Bowman's Pharmacy, easy to find and ready to serve you.
Introducing 2 new Instacash games. Yes, 2 more chances to win more money instantly from the National Lotteries Authority. Get the new $2 game, Win It All, where you can win up to $2,500. And there's Stacko Cash for $3 with a top prize of $5,000. Win It All and Stacko Cash, new Instacash games loaded with lots of prizes. Available at all Lotto agents. Instacash, so easy to play, and you can win instantly.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices, then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Welcome back. The new Democratic Party NDP administration has decided to review the development plan for Little Tokyo that was proposed under the former Unity Labour Party ULP administration. Minister responsible for urban development, Honorable Andrew John, said on radio that the government believes the capital city does not require any larger concrete projects at this time. He said the ministry has instead developed a plan to create a more eco-friendly environment for Little Tokyo, with work expected to commence soon.
Where people could come in and sit and maybe sip a little coffee and so on. So we just got that approved to have a green space in Little Tokyo. More open, we're going to repair all those shops, fix wherever bathrooms need, put in wherever more need. We want to beautify Kingston as much as possible, and we are going to start with Little Tokyo. That's a project that's going to come on stream very soon, maybe starting as soon as next month. Because we have gotten approval for it. I think it costs about $1 million. It may cost more based on what the design that came in from Auburn, but it's really something that I think they put a lot of effort into.
Right.
And I'm looking forward to see that project in Auburn taking off.
Minister John also noted that work is ongoing on toilet facilities in the capital, which he described as a worrying situation at present. He added that work will commence soon on the building that once housed Parliament and the High Court.
That people complain that, especially males, you will see them from time to time using the fences and the bushes and so on. You know, we want to change that. We want to make sure that, especially for more mature and elderly persons, put in facilities where you could have easy access, you know, to bathrooms and so on, right? So from Auburn, that is something that we could look forward to very, very soon. We also have from Auburn the rebuilding of the old courthouse building, the Parliament building, right? That is going to be done in conjunction with the courts. Right now, I think what is holding that up, we should have some input from the Eastern Caribbean courts as to how it should be done, because, you know, once you're building with their quarters, they want to know.
Yeah.
So that will be refurbished, mainly to house the civil courts, right? We also have, which I think may not come on stream this year, but the new Hall of Justice building. It's really a new courthouse that is supposed to be built opposite agriculture, you know, where that piece of land is. Right. We have 2 spaces there. One will be used for the Hall of Justice. That's a new courthouse building that should house, you know, the criminal courts and whatever other building.
Referring to the decision to place the construction of a new Parliament building on hold, Minister John said the government has been functioning well thus far from the temporary Parliament building in Calypso, and therefore there is no immediate rush for a new Parliament building. He also pointed to informal settlement upgrading as another challenging area under his ministerial portfolio, noting that efforts are currently underway to address the issue. Minister John said a pilot project for the Diamond area is expected to come on stream soon.
Because if you notice, in South Waynewood, Diamond is becoming a real fast developing area. So that informal settlement need to be brought up to speed with what, with what is happening. Because sometimes you see places left in that kind of conditions tend to breed a lot of illegal and, so we don't want to be building all these beautiful structures around Diamond, and then we have people living in Swallow. Right. So what we are piloting presently, and I spoke with the project officer yesterday in relation to this, is that we have approved in the estimates $150,000 over the next 3 years, including this year, to upgrade toilet and bathroom facilities, to upgrade electricity and water. Right, so we select homes. We're in the process now of selecting homes. And incidentally, yesterday, the lady was able to tell me that 10 homes that they selected, because of the condition of the homes, you can't put the bathroom on them. So it reached now a stage where we may have to try to assist in the whole structure of the homes, and not just adding bathroom. So we are saying, okay, let's look at those that may need the bathroom. And so we have to put aside another project for those who really, but the hope is that when we are finished with Diamond, it should not be fully termed as a informal settlement anymore. It should be fully upgraded.
The SVG Association of Montreal, Ottawa, and Toronto last Friday handed over a donation of 2,000 Eastern Caribbean dollars to the Liberty Lodge Boys Training Center. Jim Lewis represented the association in his capacity as a member of the Unity Picnic Committee. The annual picnic serves as one of the association's main fundraising activities. Minister of Family, Gender Affairs, Persons with Disabilities and Labor, Honorable Lavon Gibson-Velox, thanked the donors in the diaspora for the contribution. She assured the funds would be used to support programs at the training center.
As we all know, this center houses boys who have difficulty in their own homes, and we take them in and treat them like if they are at their own homes. So these donations come in at a really timely juncture in the life of the Liberty Lodge Boys Training Home, and also will be put to very good use by the home in ensuring that their programs are executed using these funds. The Ministry of the Family and other things, always too many to mention, is truly grateful, because we understand that our people in the diaspora, they work really hard. They work through all kinds of weather. And when it's snowing, they still have to go out. And we appreciate everything that they bring and they give to us. It could be in cash, it could be in kind. We are very appreciative. And I just want to say that while you may have thought that, it wasn't a big deal to us, it's a great, great contribution. And we really do appreciate it. We do. Thank you so very kindly.
The agricultural program is one of the targeted interventions at the institution. Extension Officer in the Ministry of Agriculture, Isaac Haywood, said that some of the funds would be directed towards this initiative.
I know the organization would look forward to supporting different ventures. And from what I was told, it was, serious negotiation in terms of getting the organization to support this. And I want to say from the bottom of my heart and from the Ministry of Agriculture standpoint, because I know some of the funds will be channeled into the agricultural science program. There's need for, you know, assistance there, because what the school is trying to accomplish in terms of the agricultural science program needs a lot more help. And if more organizations can come on board, it all goes well for agriculture in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Currently, there is a program in conjunction with the Ministry of Mobilization where troubled ladies, from people who, well, I wouldn't say ladies only, because there are some guys who are working there, who are doing agriculture, where they are learning aspect of agriculture. And about 2 weeks ago, we had a workshop where a number of the participants were trained in ginger production. So all this goes well for, you know, the development. So again, I want to say thanks for the organization for reaching out and supporting in this venture.
The Liberty Lodge Boys Training Center is located within District 4 West Agricultural Division. The Extension and Advisory Services Division of the Ministry of Agriculture has developed a long-standing relationship with the institution to strengthen food production efforts. Several Calypso tent leaders yesterday shared their plans and expectations for the 2026 Calypso season, while encouraging Vincentians to support the art form and local entertainers. Among those addressing the media was new tent leader Grantley Iper Constance of the newly formed Calypso tent. Constance highlighted what patrons can expect from his tent this season.
Our intention is not just to have a Calypso show, but to have an entertainment package. So, our first show will be at the Russell's Auditorium on the 26th. We're going to start off the ball rolling. And the Calypso Cabaret, as I said, is not just about the oral art. We're going to have drumming by Nzimbu, which is Naked Roots. Naked Roots will be drumming. We have an appearance by La Glacia Dancers. We want to have, you know, a full entertainment package. So we have La Glacia Dancers as well. We have a parade of costume on stage as well from Blondie Board and friends. All right? So that's how we want to begin the package.
Meanwhile, leader of the Upstage Experience Calypso tent, Chanel McKenzie, expressed confidence in her team and stated that the tent is fully prepared for the season ahead. McKenzie said performers have been working diligently behind the scenes to ensure audiences receive a memorable experience throughout the Calypso season.
The Upstage Experience 2026, we are ready. We've been rehearsing. The songs are excellent this year, and I want to first of all commend all our artists this year on a job well done. As tent leader, I must say that I am pleased with the outcome this year. I want to mention our dates, then I will list the cast for you. So we're going to kick off in Sandy Bay this year on May 23rd. Sandy Bay is usually a big night for us, and we want to invite everybody to come out to Sandy Bay on the 23rd, including the other tent leaders. Jump in your vehicles and journey out to the countryside on the 23rd, okay? That will be a big one. On the 27th, we're in the Russell's Auditorium. On June 3rd, back in the Russell's Auditorium. June 6th, this year we've added Mesopotamia to the calendar. So we've been getting the requests to come to Mespo for some time now, and this year we are making it possible. On June 10th, we are back at the Russell's Auditorium, and that would be our preliminary judging night.
Leader of the graduates Calypso tent, Glenroy Homie Delpech, also urged Vincentians to come out in their numbers and support the various tents and performers this year. He emphasized that supporting Calypso is an investment in local culture and entertainment, reminding patrons that while the price first hurts the pocket, the experience and contribution to the art form makes it worthwhile.
The Graduates Calypso tent is inviting the entire country to come to Kingston to the Russell Cinema. We have a mighty
The news conference formed part of activities leading up to the official opening of the Calypso season, which is expected to feature a number of shows and competitions showcasing local talent and creativity. St. Lucia launches new policy to tackle brain drain and labor shortages. This from the region when we return. Stay with us.
The Ever-Ready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief. With over 40 years' experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs and wreaths. Arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Ever-Ready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Ever-Ready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494. Ever-Ready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Quality products, quality care, low prices, great customer service, all at Q-Care Pharmacy. Q-Care leads the way, providing all your pharmaceutical needs, a variety of personal care products, and so much more. Located on Halifax Street. Telephone number 451-2690. Q-Care Pharmacy, where the Q stands for quality.
Introducing 2 new Instacash games. Yes, 2 more chances to win more money instantly from the National Lotteries Authority. Get the new $2 game, Win It All, where you can win up to $2,500. And there's Stack or Cash for $3 with a top prize of $5,000. Win It All and Stack or Cash, new Instacash games loaded with lots of prizes. Available at all Lotto agents. Instacash, so easy to play, and you can win instantly.
Our story was built by people, neighbors helping neighbors, standing side by side with those who trust us to protect what matters most and help build our communities. Being there when needed most. Across borders, across generations. Still growing, still giving, still just getting started. After 185 years.
Beautiful white and black sand beaches, lush mountains and valleys, rivers, hidden waterfalls, and multiple islands and islets. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are a friendly people, welcoming tourists from all over the world with exotic boutique and luxury hotels and a hospitable business environment. Let's make all tourists welcome at our international airport, on cruises, on yachts, on sailboats, on land and sea tours, at beach lines, at our restaurants, shops and bars, and at our national festivals. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Tourism is everyone's business. Live it, love it, embrace it.
Tourism is everyone's business. Yeah. Live it, love it, embrace it.
Welcome back. St. Lucia is moving to reshape how it manages migration, launching a draft national migration policy aimed at tackling everything from brain drain and labor shortages to border security and climate-driven displacement. Officials say the plan could transform how government agencies, communities, and international partners respond to the growing social and economic impact of migration on the island.
Government agencies, civil society groups and international partners gathered for the launch, highlighting migration's impact on national development, labor, border security and social services. Officials say the policy aims to address issues such as brain drain, climate-related movement, labor shortages and border management, while also creating opportunities through diaspora engagement and economic growth.
Possibly with what we could call migration governance indicators assessment that was conducted in 2023. And coming out of this, we've now achieved our draft migration policy in 2026. It's been a long journey. This long journey has been supported by many agencies. It's been a complex process, and I want to take the opportunity to thank all of the agencies who have made it possible.
International Organization for Migration officials praised St. Lucia's commitment to developing a migration framework tailored to the island's needs, describing the initiative as one of the region's leading examples of collaborative policy making.
You've been leading the efforts in the Caribbean on showing what developing a migration policy that is fit for purpose, that is forward-looking, you have demonstrated what it is. And I'm really happy to be able to be here for that. What we see right now, and we know that a policy is just the beginning of something else, which is the hard part, the implementation. But when it's well done, as it was done in St. Lucia, it really gives you an edge to be able to implement it.
The draft policy places strong emphasis on interagency collaboration and data sharing, with law enforcement officials noting that the consultation process revealed how migration information can better support national planning and security efforts. The process brought together voices from across St. Lucia, including community groups, women's organizations, and vulnerable communities, helping shape a more inclusive policy framework.
The international news is coming up next. Stay with us.
Life can be stressful. Work, family, finances, it all adds up. Feeling overwhelmed, struggling with relationships, need help managing stress? You don't have to go through it alone. The Employee Assistance Program, Public Service, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, EAP, is here for you. We have confidential and professional counselors ready to listen and offer support for any personal challenge you might be facing, helping you find balance and get back to feeling your best. Call us today at 784-570-6718 or email eap.mps@gov.vc for more information, because a healthier you is a happier you. At the Employee Assistance Program, Public Service, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, your well-being is our concern.
Since 2012, we have provided reliable, professional dialysis services in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are now proud to offer you new solutions for your health problems. Each new solution is being delivered to you with the same high degree of care and professionalism. We also use the best technology in the delivery of our services. So, does your doctor need a precise view of what's happening inside your body? Let us perform an ultrasound for you. Ladies, if it's your breasts, then choose our mammography service. For all issues related to men and women's health at any stage in your life, our team can perform the necessary investigations to put your mind at ease and recommend solutions for your problems. If it's to see within your chest or check for broken bones and fractures, then use our state-of-the-art U-Arm X-ray service. For you aging men and women, we can now check your bone density, which will reduce any complications that may arise with overall bone health, osteoporosis, or arthritis. Health Solutions will provide answers and results in a timely, accurate manner in the most comfortable environment, while you are taken care of by well-trained and experienced staff. Please call us today at 451-2836 or 434-3170, or visit us online at healthsolutionsSVG.com. You can also follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Health Solutions, where we are providing solutions in SVG with care.
Singer is a family store. We sell everything you need for your kitchen and more. Top brands and appliances, TVs, fridges, cookers. We make your life so easy. Just come in and see us. A wide range of furniture. Right here at Singer. Affordable beds and mattresses. Right here at Singer. machines to make your laundry clean and fresh. Singer is a family store that gives you the best hire purchase deals. Right here at Singer, we'll outfit your home. Right here at Singer, the #1 family store. It's us with Singer.
Welcome back. On the international scene, China's President Xi Jinping has welcomed Russia's President Vladimir Putin to Beijing with full state honors, just days after hosting U.S. President Donald Trump. The two leaders oversaw the signing of 40 agreements covering energy, transport, and space exploration, with Putin saying bilateral trade reached $240 billion in 2025. Xi described relations as being at an all-time high, whilst Putin pledged to continue energy supplies to China. The leaders issued a joint statement calling for an end to the war in Iran and criticizing Japan's rearmament, but made no mention of the war in Ukraine.
President Xi Jinping welcomed Vladimir Putin to Beijing with full state honors. U.S. President Donald Trump received a similar reception just days earlier, but the tone struck at these talks was notably warmer. Xi said relations had reached an all-time high.
We have been able to continually deepen our political mutual trust and strategic coordination with a resilience that remains unyielding despite 1,000 trials and tribulations.
Those tribulations, Xi said, included growing global instability and the risk of a return to what he called the law of the jungle. Putin addressed Xi as his dear friend and said Moscow would continue working with Beijing to build a more multipolar world while continuing to supply it with discounted energy.
Our country is one of the largest exporters of oil, natural gas, including liquefied gas, and coal to China. We are, of course, ready to continue to reliably ensure uninterrupted supplies of all these fuels to the rapidly growing Chinese market.
The leaders oversaw the signing of 40 agreements spanning energy, transport, and space exploration. Putin says trade was worth $240 billion in 2025, with most transactions using Chinese yuan or Russian rubles. They issued a joint statement calling for an immediate end to the war in Iran and criticizing what they described as the threat of Japan's rearmament and militarization. The war in Ukraine, however, was not mentioned. China has denied U.S. reports that Xi told Trump that Putin may come to regret the full-scale invasion. That conflict and years of Western sanctions have weakened Russia's economy, making Moscow increasingly dependent on China. Russian officials say the two sides have agreed to parameters for a second gas pipeline, but no details have been announced. Xi and Putin are also discussing expanding tourism.
More than 2 million Russians have visited China under the visa-free program launched last year. It's helped to revive this area, a part of Beijing known as the Russian Quarter, which is full of Russian supermarkets, restaurants, and clothing stores.
The two leaders later launched a joint education initiative before continuing talks over a state dinner and tea. For Xi Jinping, hosting both Trump and Putin within days of each other sends an important message that China sees itself as a central power in an increasingly divided world. Katrina Yu, Al Jazeera, Beijing.
That's the news. Sports is just ahead with Triska Campbell. But before that, let's take a look at the local weather forecast.
The weather report sponsored by General Hardware.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentions for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
present conditions, partly cloudy and slightly hazy. Winds northeast at 11 kilometers per hour. Temperature 26.7 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 79%. Barometric pressure 1014.2 millibars. 24-hour rainfall 0.5 millimeters. Today's maximum temperature 30.1 degrees Celsius. Today's minimum temperature 24.2 degrees Celsius. Sunset 6:25 p.m. and sunrise would be at 5:38 a.m. The forecast, occasionally cloudy and breezy with a few scattered showers. The synopsis, weak unstable conditions crossing the islands.
The weather report was sponsored by General Hardware.
Good evening and welcome to the Evening Sports. I'm Triska Campbell. We hear that New York Knicks mounted their biggest playoff comeback by overcoming a 22-point fourth quarter deficit to stun Cleveland Cavaliers 115-104 in Game 1 of the NBA Eastern Conference Finals in New York last night. The Knicks trailed 93-71 with less than 8 minutes remaining at the Madison Square Garden, but outscored the Cavaliers 30-8 to tie the game at 101 aside before surging to victory in overtime. Game 2 of the best-of-7 series will take place at the same venue on Thursday night. The series winners will meet Oklahoma City Thunder or San Antonio Spurs in the NBA Finals. The Spurs lead 1-0 and they meet at Playcom Center in Oklahoma City tomorrow night as well. Here at home in table tennis, Joshua Simmons and Javante Batiste have been selected to represent St. Vincent and the Grenadines for the Silver Bowl Youth Table Tennis Championships in Trinidad and Tobago from the 23rd to the 24th of May. St. Vincent and the Grenadines' participation in the tournament, which is not open, is in keeping with the association's youth development program and the support of one of the leading table tennis clubs in Trinidad and Tobago. Simmons and Batiste were selected for the International Table Tennis Federation's America's Youth Championships in the Dominican Republic last month, but could not attend because of lack of funds. The championships will be played at the Trinidad and Tobago National Sporting Center in Taruga. In netball now, yesterday S&D Success Netters and Dutch Lady Clinchers won matches in the Bank of St. Vincent and the Grenadines National Netball Championships being played at the National Netball Center in New Montrose, Kingstown. S&D Success Netters outplayed Police Welfare Association Youth Club Rising Stars 49 goals to 2 in the Vijamalt Youth Development Division. And Dutch Lady Clinchers beat SVG General Services Maple 36 goals to 15 in Division 1. Another 2 matches were slated for today at the same venue, which kicked off at 5 p.m. And finally, in football, Caledonia Chelsea and System 3 played to a 3-3 draw last night in the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Football Federation Vinci Soccer Premier League at the Brighton playing field. Javin Sutherland, Zibron Cunningham and Denzel Bascom scored a goal each for System 3. Iman Miller, Kieran Pitts and Jamal Bishop netted for Caledonia Chelsea. This evening, Hope International play against Awesome FC. And that's how we end sports this evening. I'm Triska Campbell. We'll be right back to wrap things up.
Introducing 2 new Instacash games. Yes, 2 more chances to win more money instantly from the National Lotteries Authority. Get the new $2 game, Win It All, where you can win up to $2,500. And there's Stacko Cash for $3 with a top prize of $5,000. Win It All and Stacko Cash, new Instacash games loaded with lots of prizes. Available at all Lotto agents. Instacash, so easy to play, and you can win instantly.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Our story was built by people, neighbors helping neighbors, standing side by side with those who trust us to protect what matters most and help build our communities. Being there when needed most. Across borders, across generations. Still growing, still giving, still just getting started. After 185 years.
Welcome back. Now for a second look at the headlines. Private sector entity partners with government to host disaster preparedness workshop ahead of 2026 hurricane season. St. Lucia launches new policy to tackle brain drain and labor shortages. China and Russia presidents hail all-time high ties as they sign 40 agreements covering energy, transport, and space exploration. And in sports, New York Knicks stun Cavaliers with 22-point comeback in NBA Eastern Conference Finals. Now for a recap of the local weather forecast. The forecast, occasionally cloudy and breezy with a few scattered showers. On behalf of all of us here at SVG-TV, thanks for viewing. I am Twyla Thompson, inviting you to visit our Facebook page for a recap of the news and daily headlines. Also, check out SVG-TV's news in 15 weekdays at 12:45 p.m. Again, thanks for viewing and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Right? Look at these. These are cavalli, right? You look at these cavalli, right? And you could see even, the eyes shiny, right? Shine and glossy, right? This is dolphin, right? You look at the nice clean flesh. These are some of the qualities that you look for when checking for a fresh fish, right? In a whole fish like this, you look for the gills. The gill should be that bright red color, right? The gill should be that bright red color, right? Notice the flesh springs back up to the touch, which means that the fish is fresh, no bloodshot or anything like that in the eyes, right? Fresh fish. This is a blackfin snapper, right? Because of the black in the fin, right? Again, freshness, bright red gills. See, right? The slime clear, not cloudy. Eyes convex and not concave, bright, no redness, no blurry eyes,